There's really only one thing to do when the only house that's ever felt like home escapes your grasp: throw a party. Exactly such is what the group accomplishes in Love Fest, to bid Susanna's house adieu and honor her memory at Cousins Beach. Of course, there will be problems because this is a party-focused episode with a lot of booze involved. Every pair of love duos or triangles gets to indulge in innocent flirtation before the bomb is detonated, as is typically the case. This includes planning the playlist, creating the invitations, and purchasing the party favors. As a millennial, I'm also a little annoyed that their retro-themed party includes performers from our era, like Sublime and Blink-182, but such is growing old. Naturally, Belly joins Conrad and Jeremiah on a drinking spree. Conrad and Jeremiah fail, but she amazes them by convincing the cashier to just give her booze, a plausible story, but we'll let it slide. She then buys Jeremiah and herself Slurpees. She tells Conrad that he always thought they were too sweet when he asks why she didn't get him one. But when she responds that the cocktail is her specialty, and he compliments it in a provocative manner, he remarks, "I thought cocoa was your specialty," a cunning reference to the first time they hooked up at the beach home. Belly takes advantage of a foolish opportunity in the aisle of a party supply store to apologize for their altercation at the funeral, even though it has been abundantly evident throughout the season that she would still choose Conrad if given the option. He acknowledges that he was suffering a panic attack and that his pal Aubrey was simply the one who discovered him at his most vulnerable. He says he wishes Belly had discovered him instead. Jeremiah approaches from the opposite side of the aisle as they exchange a deep stare, and upon noticing the momentum between them, he advises them to move quickly. But that doesn't necessarily imply that Jeremiah is giving up on Belly. The flirting between old pals in the pool is set to Taylor Swift's Delicate, possibly a hint that Reputation, Taylor's version, is on the way. Then, later during the party, he saves her from falling when she is roller skating about. He whispers seductively in her ear, "You don't have to injure yourself to win my attention." When Sky asks for kissing advice, Belly recalls that her kiss with Jeremiah was really hot, demonstrating that she still has trouble deciding what she wants. However, Belly also plainly still has feelings for Conrad. She's playing a pretty ugly game with the bereaved brothers only 6 weeks after Susanna's passing. Things are in danger by the end of the episode. Conrad rescues Belly, who is intoxicated, from the ocean's current, and she scolds him for going to Jeremiah to seek his blessing. This portion didn't quite make sense to me because I believed it to be both what she desired and what the three already knew, but it turns out I was wrong. She sobs as she tells him that she would have done the same and supported him through the harder times if she had known he was battling for her. Again, it seems strange to base the future of the relationship on one single event, yet it is obvious that Belly was provoked in some way by this. Conrad and Jeremiah ultimately have their major blowout argument when they return home. Conrad is branded a coward by Jeremiah, who also accuses him of always giving up when things get difficult, and is described as not someone he wants to know. It's difficult to watch, especially in light of Susanna's last wish that her brothers never be separated. Belly calls her mother inconsolably while intoxicated and begs her to come fix everything, because she feels like she is the obstacle standing in their way. Heartbreaking. Hopefully, the mother-daughter interaction that Laurel has been dancing around all season will happen in the upcoming episode. However, the episode wasn't completely depressing because Stephen ultimately approaches Taylor in a decent manner, confesses his affections, and tells her that she is his favorite person. Her standards are pretty low, and she decides who loves her most based on who knows her middle name. But I guess that's important for a high school romance. The moment is almost destroyed when her boyfriend Milo arrives and begins a fight with Stephen, but she ultimately chooses Stephen. One of the few positive aspects of Love Fest, which also features the Taylor Swift song "Snow on the Beach," is when they eventually kiss at the end of the episode. The other is when Sky opens up to their cousins. They decide to put the advice they received about kissing into practice right away by kissing Cam beside the pool. For secondary characters, it's a beautiful moment, and it offers Elsie Fisher something to do. Although we see a peak of the infamous Shitmas after the passing of Julia and Susanna's father, Kira Sedgwick continues to receive relatively little screen time. The beach house belonged to him, and Julia still struggles with how she fits into their family's overall picture as his daughter from a prior union. With only 2 episodes left in the season, there is undoubtedly more to learn about that storyline, as Susanna in the flashback is nothing but friendly and inclusive. Even when Sky begs her to reconsider her plan to sell the house, Aunt Julia is adamant that she will. After talking to their mother all night, Sky offers a compromise to the group. The home's new owners have agreed to let them rent it out for 1 week per summer. Connor declines this offer right away. We'll see if the sale still goes through given the physical condition of the home towards the conclusion of the episode, which includes vomit on the floor, graffiti on the walls, and at least one broken window.